Hey guys, it's Jamie, and guess what? It is 1 year on T exactly today. Um, that's pretty exciting. Um, but when I woke up this morning, I wasn't that excited, and I don't think I don't want you to think I'm ungrateful for my ability to get on T and transition. But I just want to talk about some of the issues in this video of why I might not be as excited as I thought I would be, prior to transitioning. Like a lot of you guys, I spent, especially those early months, watching so many YouTube videos, about guys on T, what changes they gonna have, what my changes be, when are they gonna come, what am I gonna look like, how am I gonna feel. You become consumed in this process, and I did it too. And so if I thought about where I was going to be 1 year, from starting T, I don't even know what I would have said. Uh, I think thought I would look dramatically different. I'd be a lot stronger. My dysphoria would be, almost gone. I didn't think I was really going to have any facial hair or anything like that. But you know, we all have this image of where we're going to be in a year, which is why we see, and it's probably because we see all these videos on YouTube because someone decided that 1 year was this epic period in our transition. That 1 year meant something, and I'm still trying to figure out what 1 year means and what 1 year means to me, because it means something different to everyone. Because it's not like at 1 year everyone's going to you know be able to grow a goatee or sideburns, or all the changes happen differently for everyone. So why do we choose 1 year to settle on? So this video is more or less about it's not going to be a super happy video about yay 1 year, I can't believe this is happening to me. Here's all the shit that's happened in this year. It's more or less making us think about this 1 year mark in a more realistic way, and the concerns that I have about or guys focusing on 1 year. So before I get into that, I'm obviously somewhere different. I'm in my car making this video. My apartment is kind of full of people, and walls are really thin, but I have this great view that I want to show you guys. It's super windy outside, so you won't be able to hear me, but I want to show you this great view that I'm looking at, and then I want to show you this great shirt that I made that you may have seen on my Tumblr or something. It's awesome, and I think that we should all wear really douchey trans-related shirts or clothing. I think it's good for the visibility of the community. Maybe it's not sending the right message, but anyways, I'll go along with this. Sorry about the wind. So there's the view. You see mountains and tennis courts and my face. So I got mountains on this side of me. And I got a freaking ocean on the other side of me, which you can't see from this vantage point, but it's awesome. Oh yeah, my shirt. So this is my shirt. Trans dudes are hotter. I like to wear it to the gym or to my classes, or not too much because people get the wrong idea that I'm conceited or something. But yeah, so it's awesome. I told you it was windy. Yeah, so there's the view. That's where I live in Santa Barbara here, going to school. And then there's my shirt that I made that I think is awesome. But yes, let's go into the stuff that I still want to talk about in this video. So the big thing that a lot of guys talk about in other videos is that tea won't solve all your problems. And I can't emphasize that enough. Even being 1 year on tea isn't even going to solve all your problems. Uh, it's really, for me, it's just like old problems have been replaced with new problems. So, obviously I don't have to worry about passing anymore, and all the complications of that bullshit. I don't have to worry so much about uh, like chest dysphoria as much. It's not just because I got binders, but it's because like as I've built muscle, I get to wear looser and looser binders or bind with other things like compression shirts or something like that, and it doesn't look weird because I've built up my arms, I've built up my chest, I've built up my shoulders, and so that becomes easier. And like I wouldn't have been able to do that, without testosterone. Um, but new problems replace those old problems. So I still get this depressed, I still get dysphoric. I don't think I do to the same extent, and I think because one thing that tea does is that it gives you hope. It gives you hope that things are going to get better, that things are going to change because it is a constant transition. So that is one benefit to this. But now I have new problems. I have new problems concerning my social roles. Um, it's the biggest part of transition for me is not the physical but the social transition. Now the way that I'm perceived by other people, the way that women perceive me, and how that like redefines the way that I interact with women. It redefines the behaviors that are acceptable for me to do in any particular situation. And it's really tough. It's really tough to change the way that you've been doing things for so long, um, because of unfortunately the behavior of men for centuries before you. Being labeled as a pig or a pervert or a predator, basically. And that's a really weird way to be labeled now, based just solely on the gender that you are, or the gender that you are perceived to be. Um, so yeah, so new problems. Uh, T didn't solve that. Other stuff is like I said about the dysphoria. I'm still dysphoric. I'm still very dysphoric. Uh, I'm dysphoric about different things. I mean, obviously some of the old stuff is still there, but dysphoric about new things. And to me, it's like, will this never end? Am I always gonna just find something else to be dysphoric about? Um, and a good way to think about it is trans men do not have a monopoly on dysphoria. Everyone has insecurities. Everyone has stuff that they hate about their body. Uh, you will probably always have something that you hate about your body, and hopefully you just come to terms with it. So one thing that I particularly hate is that I dislike that I'm not tall. I'm not super short. I'm 5'6". But it bothers me, and some cis guys complain, that they're 5'10", or some cis guys complain that they're 5 feet tall. Like, it's different to everyone, but that doesn't invalidate our experience, because we feel the same way about it. But my point is that there's always gonna be stuff to be dysphoric about. You know, Now being in the gym, I don't have to worry so much about like lifting weights and getting looked at like, really, that's all you can do. Which I doubt that didn't really happen very much. But like I could tell, especially with like things like bench press, my chest was not strong at all prior to transition. I couldn't bench worth shit. I was like, oh, this bar is so heavy, let alone put weights on it. Um, but now, I can bench much more, and so it makes me feel more comfortable being in these settings. But now I'm dysphoric about the definition of my body. I can lift as much as some of these guys, but they look much better than I do. So you just find something new to be dysphoric about. And hopefully, the longer that you're on T, you come to terms with that, and the things that you become dysphoric about are less and less based on like gender norms. You just become like insecure like everyone else. um, So yeah, those are kind of the big things, that I want to talk about in this video. But it's just these unrealistic expectations, or these expectations in general, that we put on this 1 year mark. And so before you start T, before you start this journey, like, don't pay attention to these arbitrary numbers, because if you put such expectations on your 1 year on T, or your 2 years on T, you might just let yourself down, and it might do more harm than good. So, I think that when we make these videos and watch this stuff, don't get so caught up on the numbers and the time frame. Just focus on, this journey where you're becoming like who you want to be. And because to me, the numbers are arbitrary, because you never stop transitioning. Like, you will always be transitioning. It doesn't end at top surgery. It doesn't end at histo if you do that. It doesn't end at bottom surgery if you do that. There's always something new. So we're always learning and progressing and moving forward. And it's a lifetime. It's a lifetime of transition, and a lifetime of taking those goddamn shots. Um, so, anyways, yeah. So hopefully you got something out of this video. I don't know if I'm gonna be making a montage or anything. That sounds like a whole lot of work. Um, so maybe later after I write my thesis. Also, updates. Hopefully this is like an unofficial tentative date that I probably shouldn't be saying out loud, because I'm going to jinx myself. But June 19th, top surgery, Gary Alter, Beverly Hills. Cross your fingers, that actually happens. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll talk to you guys later.